Okay, we got Disobeyed playing Zawan in the black versus Warble playing Zawan in the orange. Ooh. And this is going to be an interesting one because this is a map that I don't think is ever going to be featured in tournament again after this point. Definitely a lot of players had some complaints about it, but we are covering, you know, this is the second open bronze match, so they're going to be playing on this map. It was part of the tournament pool at the time, and they decided to come to it, so, you know, fair enough. You know, if you're just joining, Warble did take game one, so Warble only one game away, and if they win, they get seeded 7th in the main event. But coming up later this month, actually, so hope people stay tuned to check that out. Okay, we're going to see some early sword aggression here from Disobeyed. Just wants to harass Zawan. And you know what? Fair enough. Like, they could capture the tower, I guess. But they just want to be annoying. Okay, Zawan going to flee to the forest. Do a bit of damage here. Warble, yeah, just getting ready to get rid of that sword. But that is going to lower Zawan's health quite a bit. Meanwhile, on the other side, Warble kind of just left the enemy commander alone. So, not going to see any big shenanigans coming out from there. Okay. Warble, they have the option to heal off this village. Okay, so both of them looking very similar as far as like where they are in the game. Probably the biggest difference here is that Warble has elected to capture the tower, Disobeyed just left it alone for now. Ooh, good sword crit set up there. Disobeyed making some headway here. And I actually don't think that option exists as much. No, like this village got captured slightly at a slightly different time, so Warble gonna eat a little bit of damage on one of their swords first. Ooh, dragon comes out. And yeah, there's a mage coming out, but that's going to take a little bit of time. Dragon can get a free hit on that one over here, actually. But I think Disobeyed's actually going to be at a slight advantage as far as economy goes. You know, they flipped this village. Warble's only decontested it for the moment. That delay on capturing that tower actually seems to have made a pretty big difference. Okay, but now Dragon is out and gonna threaten both sides of the map, actually. Forward! Yeah. Warble's just like, well, you know, if you're gonna harass that village over there, I'm gonna harass your village over here. We're gonna see a fairly mirrored game so far. Big difference is that we have a Dragon out on one side and double mage on the south side. Okay, Zawan, yeah, not going to be close to groove. Could have, potentially, if they'd had a little bit more groove, like saved tier 1, captured the dragon. But not going to see that for now. Ooh. We see a witch come out, also known as the Sky Rider. And that's going to be very dangerous for this dragon. But a huge amount of anti-air has been built in response to this. It wouldn't surprise me yet. Warble builds a golem. Going to be very good against a lot of these things that have been built to deal with the dragon. Okay, Disobeyed continues to push up as the mage tightly surrounded, so they're going to be okay for the moment. Nothing major going to happen to them. And I guess the golem actually can't really be used aggressively here at all. No, even the dragon has to back up. We're going to see fairly stalemated situation here where Archer has to be built. Gonna make it very difficult to push into this area over here. Disobeyed setting up a night crit on this gate. Actually, I'm not sure if that breaks it, but yeah, neither player is going to be able to push up. It's going to be trying to find any kind of gap. Oh, and here we go. Warble, I think, recognizes I need to do something here, otherwise we're going to end up in a stalemate. I'm just going to push. takes down one sword. We're gonna take this sword down over here as well. Ooh, even moves the dragon in position to really do a bunch of damage. Ooh, takes down that village. Warble, yeah, just going very heavy in on this left-hand side. Anything Disobeyed can really do to stop this. How are they looking on Groove right now? 89? Okay, we're gonna see one kill. I think, yeah, there we go. Tier 1 comes out. Big Hex. Mage could punish, but it depends. Is that one gonna try and block this with vines, for example? I mean, oh, they can get a sword hit. Actually, they can also get a knight hit as well. So that is going to be a huge tier 1 coming out. Maybe should have spent the groove before doing some of those actions, but it's fine. We're just talking optimization there. Alright, and what can Warble do in response to this? Okay, they're just going to go for some grass and villages. They're going to go for some damage over here. Alright, kills the sword. We're going to see more stuff going down. Knight goes down. Good, just picking up kills where they can. Going for damage where they can. Being the first person to get the groove in this kind of situation is a big deal. And, ooh, actually going to save groove. Oh, they're so close to tier 2. That would have actually been a huge response, just being able to throw down like a ton of area of effect damage. But speaking of area effect damage, I think this witch is... Oh, not going to hex. Interesting. I think they had an opportunity to get a bunch of extra damage in, but decides not to. Ooh. Okay, Commander on a road. Very bold, but... Oh. Oh, that dragon solo. Oh, if he'd hexed, dragon would be dead. Okay, but it's not the end of the world. Mage goes down. And Warble's really on the back foot here. We do not know how they're going to come back from this. That said, they have tier 2, which is going to be the thing that offers some kind of comeback, if anything. Okay, Wild Growth comes out. What we're going to do, just a whole bunch of damage, kills a unit. You know, fair enough. Go take it where you can get it. Big mage heal comes in, and yeah, you need to do something to keep that dragon alive. Go back. Heal where it can. Ooh, nice finds over here blocking, actually. Oh, but that's a big hex, and that's going to be a dead unit over there. Ooh, gets the mage as well. And Warble's just taking lumps right now. Okay, we're going to see units suicided to kill the golem. We are... Is this actually going to kill? It is just, but it does it. And yeah, we're seeing Disobeyed just kind of smash forward here, doing a ton of damage. And I think they're going to take this game. Sure, there are like a couple of tier 2 vines still around. But I don't know if that's going to be enough. Okay, lots of damage coming in with these vines though. They are making some headway. Yeah, just more and more damage coming in. Zawan just gonna go straight in, go for this knight. It's gonna leave it potentially to suicide later, but I guess killing more of the units that can suicide, that's gonna be helpful. Oh, picking up more kills as well. Have more of a wall here, and oh, all of a sudden, Disobeyed's army's looking pretty light. This knight over here is not in a good position either. Okay. Is there enough here to kill that one? I don't think so. Gonna do more damage, goes for another hex. Gonna try to pick up a kill on this vine. I think Commander will kill. It does. But now Zawan's not in a good position. There are a lot of enemy units. Some of those are pretty weak too. Could be used for going for suicides. You've got vines that could still hit things. So a bunch of tier 2 damage gonna be available right here. Okay. Yeah, we're going to start seeing suicides. I think this might actually be enough for lethal. 10% damage. Warble had 25 minutes to calculate this. Oh, I just spent 3 on this move. I think this is going to be a counter lethal. Big crit comes in from the mage, which is also going to be a suicide. Ooh, that's really rough. Okay. Oh, that's smart. Uses 1 vine first. Then going to suicide the swords because yeah, you might as well get the damage in while you can. Lower that defense on those tiles. Big heal comes in. Oh, that's so much damage from Commander and Knight. And I think Disobeyed just overextended a little bit too much here. Went way too deep on doing army damage and sent their commander forwards. And gonna get punished for it. Warble takes the game. And I think, among other things, that was a very good example of getting an advantage with tier 1 and then your opponent just countering with tier 2 and doing a lot of damage. Warble able to get so much damage with those vines. Like, I think it would have made sense for Disobeyed to prioritize knocking them down a bit more. But in this case, Disobeyed overextended. Warble was really on the back foot. They were taking huge amounts of damage. The golem died. And yeah, I think Disobeyed just didn't really respect that as much as they should have. Didn't really respect the opponent's ability to just lethal them. And I'm sure there were other factors. I'm sure things like timer came into play, just pressure in general. But Warble's going to take it. They're going to go through as your 7th seed for the championships coming up later this month, with Disobeyed coming 8th. So yeah, we're going to see more of both of them. They're both doing quite well, and I'm sure both of these players are happy knowing that they will be on opposite sides of the bracket going into the main event, just because they've had a number of issues trying to schedule matches. They're in 2 very different time zones, 2 very different life schedules, so I'm sure they're both going to be very thankful that they get to play against other people going forward. It's not to say that they have any kind of dislike of each other or anything like that, just scheduling wise, these 2 have had issues in the past. Now in this case they are going to complete the set and not have to worry about that anymore. So congratulations to Warble for taking the set and placing 7th as far as seeding goes, and Disobeyed also qualifies for the main event. We're going to see more of them in a couple of weeks. But for now, that